Samuel, the market was largely expecting a 50 basis point rate hike. The Reserve Bank did hike the cash reserve requirement, though, for the banks to mop up liquidity. Ali Khan Sachu saying the central bank should have been much more bold in its tightening stance. What are your thoughts?
Well, I still feel that despite the fact that the central bank has been coming in to try and stabilize inflation levels by using the central bank rate, I still feel that being a free market, we still should have as little as possible interference by the central bank. I believe that, of course, there is a need to ensure that the locals or the public is protected from this volatility, but still I think that they are trying to exercise, to come in as much as possible, but still not be too controlling on the whole issue.
And it is interesting because the economy, despite growth forecasts being slightly revised downwards, the economy is still set to grow at 4.8% this year. The central bank governor saying that if you're looking at imports, they are weighted in favor of capital and intermediate goods, which are supported to growth. Bank sector credit remains strong. Loans and advances are increasing. So the economy is still growing, albeit at a slightly lower pace than initially expected. So that is good news.
Well, I think so. And again, the thing is, we are not the only ones suffering from this inflation, especially coming from the fuel price increases. So I think this is a more global thing rather than a purely local issue. So I think that for the business fraternity within the country, we are still on a bullish note. We still feel that if fuel prices actually change course or remain where they are, we can still attain some growth, because at the end of the day, this is all comparative across the globe. Otherwise, I don't think that the local issues, we have seen rains start coming, we have started having some rains now, so we are not as worried about drought as we were some time back. And I think locally, we don't have as much trouble as what is actually the spill-over effect from what is happening globally.
Now, the bourse, just moving on to stock-specific news, the bourse is set to shorten the settlement period from T+4 to T+3. Is this good news for traders?
Wonderful news, especially for us brokers, because what happens is a lot of the time we want to have, we actually wouldn't mind even having day trading, actually. It's been an issue of the banking sector and check settlements rather than how fast we can settle trades. And I believe that as we go forward, we're going to go towards day trading. This will increase the levels of volatility. It will increase the level of course, we're going to see more speculative trading on the market, but I believe it will also increase the volumes that we see traded, and that is a good thing for the market. I think it's a good thing for any market.
Now, the much anticipated full-year results of Kenya Airways are set to be released this morning. The company just announcing the delivery of the second of its 5 new jets. It has increased its expansion in the region. It's increased its cargo carriage. It's expected to report strong numbers for the full year. Do you think that it can sustain this growth for the rest of the year?
Well, I just came from the investor briefing. They have impressive results. They have reached the 3 million passenger mark. They are talking about 5 billion in profit after tax. And I think that they've done very well. Their fuel hedging has been very impressive. They're still getting paid. They actually made about 280 million shillings from the fact that they are getting paid by counterparties for their fuel hedging, meaning that that has worked in their favor. And I believe that with the 1 shilling and 50 cent dividend, investors are going to be happy, and so it's a stock that we need to watch today. I believe that going forward, they have said that they have issues with hiring pilots. We don't have enough pilots locally, experienced enough. and they are having issues actually getting people to get on board. And I think they're also having some issues with Boeing's inability to deliver the 787s, which have been delayed, I think, now up to 2013. But being a small airline, they have said that they cannot really have two suppliers, and that is probably stunting their growth.